In this video, we're going to be covering getting up and down from the floor. We feel like getting up and down from the floor is an important skill, whether you have back pain or not, but especially if you're having pain in your back, you need to be able to get down and up from the floor without triggering your back pain. So we're going to go over exactly how we show our patients to get up and down from the floor. And if you are one of our patients, this is a good refresher for you. Now, a lot of times this is a movement that we have to tweak and adjust to make it pain-free. So if you've been working with a zona clinician and they've adjusted it, follow what the clinician has shown you, because we want to make this specific to you so that you can do the movement without triggering your pain. All right, so to make it so you can see, I think from the best view, I'm going to turn sideways. And we want to start with bracing our core as we practice. We've shown that in other videos and articles. So I'm going to brace my core lightly, and then I'm going to start with a lunge with my hands on my leg. So I'm going to lunge forward. My hands are going to push down on my leg so that I'm creating more contraction from the lats and getting good spine stability. I'm pushing down on my leg as I go down onto one knee. Then I'm going to bring that leg behind me. Now I'm just in a tall kneeling position. I'm going to put my hands on my thighs and I'm going to hip hinge backwards. Okay. Now that I've hip hinged down to the ground, I'm going to crawl out to a quadruped position. And this is where a major variation can occur depending on what is painless for you. So the way that we usually will show people is to then get your butt kind of down towards your heels, get your forearm down sideways, and this hand stays on the ground, the hand that you're going to roll towards. And I'm going to put my pressure into my hand and my arm, into my feet, so that way it's really easy for me to rotate my body. You don't want to have any resistance to rotating your spine because that will often be too stressful and create pain. So with the pressure into my hands and feet, I'm going to rotate until I'm resting on my side. Then I can shoot my arm straight out in front of me. Now I'm on my side. And from here, you just keep the core braced, keep your shoulders and hips square on top of each other as you then roll to your back. And then getting up is the same process. So I'm on my back. I'm going to log roll. So I'm going to put the leg straight that I'm going to roll towards. Shoulders stay right above the hips. And I'm pushing through that back foot. Now I'm putting that hand and forearm back to where I started. I'm going to put the pressure through my hands, my forearm, and my feet. So it's easy for me to roll back to my knees. Back in the quadruped position. I'm going to crawl my hands back. Crawl up my legs. Return from the hip hinge position. Get back in the lunge position. And then a lot of times people will have problems with the strength to push off of this foot. And that's where the arms can really help you. If you push hard into your leg and you bring your trunk forward, that way you're going to get more work out of your glutes and hamstrings, which are a lot stronger. And I can usually have the strength to push off until I am back in standing. All right, so we wanted to add one little bonus feature. Since we're encouraging you to get up and down from the floor and to practice that, we also wanted to show you what if you can't get up from the floor. Maybe you've been injured, maybe you're just not strong enough to get from the floor right now. Wanted to show you the simplest way to get up. So you want to get to a place that has a chair or a couch, something that is stable, that you can push on, and that can support your weight so you can sit on it. And so whether you have to crawl to that or however you would need to get there, once you're there, the most common mistake people will make is to then face that object and to try to push up from there and to try to stand from that position. But that takes quite a bit of strength. It takes a lot of arm strength and leg strength to face an object and then to stand from there. So what we want to do is just sit in that on the chair or on the couch. So there's a few different ways you can go about it. The easiest way is if I'm crawling towards it, I can get right up to the chair. I want to face perpendicular so that the chair is facing me and I'm facing away from that chair. Then you want to bring the leg that's closest to that chair or that couch, and you can use your arm to push up to give yourself a little bit of strength so you can try to bring that leg through. So let's assume that you're really struggling with strength there. You can use your arm, one arm to help bring the leg through, and one arm to support yourself on the chair. And once you're there, you scoot next to that chair, And now all I have to do from here is I can push up on my leg and on the chair to just get just high enough so that I can swivel into that chair. So if you're having a really hard time, that's typically the best way to get up into the chair to make sure that you can get off the ground.